I'm an idiot. Okay, recording is in progress. We are technically, this is not the Burning Path, but it kind of is the Burning Path. It's a sort of a side campaign thing. We're starting some new characters tonight. First level characters, two clerics. We have Avery over here with Callum Sornell and Christina with Lilianath Erathani. Um, Callum is, well, I tell you what, why don't we just find out who they are and we can do that together as we go along? I feel that's probably the strongest way to do this. So yes, you're in the town of Ariad, which is on an island, um, just off the coast of the main island of Amphrodius or Amphrodius. Depending on who you are, you may pronounce these things differently. Um, in any case, Caleb, you've been on this boat for how long do you think? A few weeks?
I think he's
A few
been like
days?
he's like maybe this particular trip has been a few weeks, but he's been a sailor for a while.
Right, but you fell off and you've been collected after a
Okay, yeah, like
an
basically, I think
experience. So
maybe you know, I mean, there's a whole bunch of little archipelagos there, so I'm thinking like maybe he washed ashore on some little uninhabited island and managed to flag a ship down, and
okay,
so he's maybe been like, I mean, he's got decent survival, so he might have been on that island a few weeks, then another week back to port.
right, okay, very good. Well, you're coming into port at this particular island, um, which is actually part of the province of Gildred, I believe, which
Hmm.
technically is Amprodius, Gildred, Ilcor, Ariad, and Bothwell are all part of the same province.
Hmm.
It's like
Yeah,
the capital district province.
yeah, yeah.
Um, And whereabouts are you originally from? I'm sort of thinking you're not from this province, perhaps.
Let's say on the other side, maybe like Salador.
Okay. All right. Fair.
So
Cool.
he's a bit far from home, and he likes it that way.
All right. So just so that you know, Salador and Vasna are considered to be part of the Ildaria province. That's just they call it the Dragon's Head. And Salador is like the upper lip of the Dragon's Maw. If you look at the island as essentially a zoological dragon. Let's see if I can make
Yeah, that fits.
the map work over here too. So anyone who was happening to watch this sometime in the future can kind of get what we're talking about. We're talking about this island here, and this is the Dragon's Maw, um, and this is the Dragon's Head, and the island of Amphrodius. So he's come all the way around and wound up
Hmm.
over here on this little island, Ariad,
I kind of
where
imagine he's been like a sailor for over at least a decade, maybe longer now.
do you have the sailor background then, I'm assuming?
Yes.
Cool.
Yep.
Okie doke. All right. So, hmm, um, so Lilianath, your higher up, your superior, um, an elf by the name of Seldaris, um, she comes to you and she explains that she needs you to go to the port. She says, I have word that that a ship has arrived this morn. There is one there who needs, as I understand it, some spiritual aid. I should like you to go to the port and offer it to him. We have been told that we are to take him in until such a time as he no longer needs our support.
Okay.
In the same breath, she turns and she says, I should also like you to be very careful with strangers. I know that you are but an apprentice here and you have only recently graduated beyond the role of acolyte. You have received your mail and your arms. You are now technically a fully fledged member of the Daughters of Twilight. Your Hold on a second. I'm going to give you a title. Yeah, nah, 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 nah. How do you like that?
Oh.
I'm just looking up some business. Um, mm, in any case, Callum,
Hmm.
you can make a Constitution saving throw. You can have advantage.
Okay, yep. That's a little better. I think he feels whatever it is, he kind of feels it wash over him, but he's able to just like breathe and steady himself.
Right. Yeah. I think you don't often get seasick because you're a sailor,
Hmm.
but recently you've had a little bit of that, and you're sort of looking for some time off the boat on shore
Hmm.
at present. Um, and the city that you've come into, Ariad, is like many of the cities on this island. It bears the signs of Austorian origins, and again, like Vane Gate, it has high elven architecture built over the top of it that's sort of ingrained into it. High
Hmm.
polished stone, lots of white stone. Um, they tend to go out of their way to sort of scrape off the moss and the vines and things to make it look very clean and tidy. So your title, Christina, is Zalator, just for the record, and I will dump that in the Discord for you. Where's my Discord gone? There it is over there. Zalator. It's like a zealot, but a Zalator.
Hmm.
And up until now, the grade that you're doing at the moment focuses heavily on basic weapon training and um, essentially praxis, the order's foundational practices. Um, I do have a handout for you if you would like to just have it on hand, actually. Daughters of Twilight. This will keep you busy.
Keep me busy.
Yeah. Um, so I'll send you the link to this. You can just download it. It's a PDF. And I will stick this in there as well. All right. Very good. Okay, so yes, she's given you your mission, and Callum? Yes, Callum.
Yeah, I think you would more pronounce it Kylan.
Kylum?
Yeah.
Kylum. All right,
Hmm.
rhymes with Pylum.
Or Phylum.
All right.
My lady, do you have a description of this person and how can I find him?
Um, she says, I believe he's on the ship named blah blah blah. Do you have a preference for a ship name?
It's
Um,
whatever ship picked him up, so
right, okay. Can anyone think of a ship name? You've got 5 seconds.
the Maiden's Mercy.
Maiden's Mercy. There you go. All right, so he is on the ship, the Maiden's Mercy. Apparently, that's the ship that's coming to port. His description is that of he is a theoretically he's a high elf.
Yeah, I think he's tall, but he's tall and muscular, but he's also like a bit sunburned and weathered because he is a sailor.
Right.
Like
Um,
he looks like somebody who spends all day outside with no
right.
shade.
Right.
So
Okay.
he's probably the most sunburned high elf she's ever gonna meet.
Right. So yeah, he is said to have a weathered complexion. Um, and yes, that's pretty much the story there. She gives you 10 gold pieces, with which she says, take these. Perhaps you can treat him to some local food, and uh, he will no doubt appreciate a few hours at a tavern. You might find he needs clothes or boots or other supplies. It's hard to say. We do not know what condition he is in. In any case, think of this as a per diem, money that you can spend. It will not need to be accounted for. Do try to determine the nature of his spiritual experience, if you will. A report would be appreciated.
Yes, I will.
Very good, then. You will find me in the High Temple by twilight.
And thank you, my lady.
Good night, sister.
Good night.
Good morning, sister. Good day, sister. Yeah, whatever it is, it's morning.
Good day.
It's morning. Yeah, good day. All right. So she leaves you alone and buggers off. And yeah,
I head off.
you head off. All right.
Gather my armor, what I need,
All
and
right. So you are going to wear all your armor and business, are you? And you're wandering around the city? You don't really expect it to, but no one's going to stop you. You're very welcome to. So
I feel like
being
it might be a
new and
cultural
everything.
thing.
yeah.
Yeah, being new and everything, she probably wants to show it off just a little bit.
That's true. And I suppose also the Daughters of Twilight like to have their presence seen and felt wherever they are stationed. So you probably have all your regalia then. In which case, it is possible um, that you have. Oh, you know what? I'll deal with that later. That's even better. Okay. Um, very good. Very good. So you leave the temple. Are you on foot? You can take a horse if you wish.
I'll take a horse.
All right. Very well. It doesn't belong to you, but you can lend it from the temple. And they have a stable. And you wander down through the steps of the city. It's one of these multi-leveled cities on the port, like on the sea, with lots of big, wide, flat, white stone steps, and pillars and things. With As you get closer to the sea, it gets more and more sort of wooden and shack-like, and there's lots of um, makeshift buildings and wooden taverns, and it's a bit more like you might remember the descriptions of the Droob as you head down that way. Um, there is at least one large structure that juts out into the sea made of stone, like an old broken pier that once must have crossed here, like a huge bridge that must have extended out into the ocean, belonging to the giants at some point. And it's very high with massive arches, but it's pretty much redundant. Nobody can use it. It's too big to actually use, and it doesn't go anywhere. So it's, crazy people climb up it from time to time. That's pretty much all it's good for these days. But it's visually quite impressive. Um, and you can hear the gulls crying out and squawking overhead as you come down to the dock, and you can make a perception check.
Perception. Perception. 13.
13. All right. Well, you do see a number of boats down there, and one of them bears the name of the ship that you're looking for. And as you're sort of turning the corner around the side of this main street that heads down to the dock, now that you're sort of down and level with it, you feel a tug at your side.
I look down and see who's tugging me.
There's a lady there in a robe wrapped around her tightly, and she's tugging at your leg, and looks up at you. My lady, won't you save my father? He is mortally sick. Will you please? You're a cleric. Please come and save him. Surely you can. In the name of the gods.
I will try my best. I'll dismount and go follow her real quick.
All right. Well, it's not long before she's leading you on a bit of a wild goose chase to the edge of the city.
Oh,
And
goodness.
she's sort of like you get to the point where the city's starting to thin out and it's you're getting out to the edge now where there's like a real shanty town. There's this is where the refugees and people from far-flung places kind of crowd this spot um to live while they're trying to figure out what they're going to do next with their lives. Just this way, milady. Not much further. Not much further. What are you going to do?
How much farther? I do have some place to go.
Oh, it's not much further. No, 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 not much further. It's for my poor pa, madam. Surely you don't mind. It'll save his life.
In what direction are we going?
Oh, it's just over there, a little bit to the north. You can make an
A
insight
little bit.
check.
Yeah. Getting weary of her. 12.
Yeah, not sure whether or not she's sort of being straight with you. It's hard to tell. She's convincing, but she's also clearly desperate.
What ails your father?
Hmm, it's hard to say, madam. He has a sickness. Um, he bleeds from the eyes.
Bleeds from the eyes? Oh,
Yes, my lady.
goodness.
It's a strange affliction. No one's seen it before.
Okay.
He speaks a lot of nonsense much of the time, but then you'd be surprised how much of his nonsense is not nonsense. He spake that I would meet a lady just like you today, and that one sooner or later. Well, I mustn't say. Come this
I
way.
guess. Okay.
All right. So now you're like getting like 15 minutes out of the city, and she's starting to go up towards the mountains. Like she's sort of heading into the foothills now. The houses are thinning out.
Lady, how much further? I cannot go
Oh
too
no,
much
no.
longer.
Oh, we'll be there by midday, I'm sure. That's like 2 hours
Midday?
away. That's like right now it's like 10 bells, maybe 9 bells.
My lady, I cannot go no any further. I have somewhere to be, and it's quite urgent where I
Oh,
need to be.
oh,
Could you
please, my lady.
possibly bring him to the temple?
To the He cannot move, my lady. You must send someone then if you cannot, and it must be soon. It's
Okay.
most
How about I
desperate.
send someone from the temple?
Very well, my lady.
I
She
am sorry, I cannot continue.
she sinks to her knees on the side of the road and begins to cry, shuddering and shaking in her.
Now she's making me feel bad.
I mean, I don't think that's an accident on Russell's part.
And now she feels bad.
Oh,
Mm,
excellent.
excellent. Now she's
True.
torn. She feels bad that she has to go pick up this wayward sailor that's been lost at sea. And
Right,
then she has this lady that desperately needs her help.
right. Well, yeah, yeah. Okay, so what do you do? Do you leave her there and head back to the town?
No, she can't do that. She'll continue on.
Oh, you come with me. Oh, thank the gods. Very well. Please come. And she walks you for another 2 hours up into the mountains.
Oh,
To a
goodness.
There's a little village up there that you find. Um, Now, while you're traveling, let me cut back to Avery for a minute,
Mhm.
and
Sorry.
you can imagine yourself, on this hard trek, mostly uphill into the woods and up into the forest and the mountains. Okay, that's what you're doing. Meanwhile, Avery, you're on the boat, or perhaps I don't know. Are you on the boat? You might have gotten off the boat at this point, or
I feel like
you
by
sort of
now he's probably off the boat and he's looking around like because he would have been told that some cleric was coming to meet him and he's like he doesn't think that clerics are usually this late.
captain said that the cleric would be here by 9 bells. According to the Daughters of Twilight, the messenger they sent.
Hmm.
Um, and the captain's like, well, I have to go now, so I'm
Hmm.
off to do some business. Good luck with
No,
you.
no. I thank you for rescuing me. Otherwise, I'd still be on that island.
He says, well, you could come with me to the tavern if you wish, where I intend to do my business. But then, if this cleric shows, then you will have missed her. I suppose you can always find your way to the Temple of the Daughters of Twilight later on if you still
Mm,
feel so inclined.
I think what's best is wait here for a little while, and if this cleric does not appear, I should make my way to the temple to let them know that their cleric has gone missing.
Yes, very well, very well. All right, well, I'll leave it all in your safe hands then. I hope you feel better than you were.
Hmm.
That's what ails you past.
Yes, I think it was just bad water on that island. I was just
Mm.
mainly drinking rainwater.
Oh, yeah, I can imagine. Well then, good luck, my lad. He slaps you on the shoulder. Hope
Deep
you
Sis- and Deep Chrysalis watch over you.
Indeed, deep Sir Chalice, watch over you too, my friend. And he staggers off.
Hmm. I think he just like finds a box or a barrel or something that nobody does particularly seems to care about to just wait on and just sits down and just crowd watches for maybe an hour, probably an hour.
Okay, so during
He's
that
got
time,
stuff to think about.
you find that you're sitting there waiting, and there's every now and again this halfling gets up on this little short set of steps and rings a bell, and it's something to do with the bell and people coming and collecting stuff off boats and
Hmm.
so on and so forth
Uh,
going on around you. You don't
there's
really,
definitely a sense of familiarity about this scene that's kind of like helping ground him.
yeah. Um, and you can smell and see the fishmongers and
Hmm.
what have you around you. Um,
Hmm.
and as you're sitting there, this fellow comes walking down the street. In fact, it's a lady.
Hmm.
Um, is it a lady or is it a fellow? It's a fellow. We'll make it a fellow.
Hmm.
He's got a big wide-brimmed hat with feathers in it, and he's has a lute that he's playing a tune on, and big fluffy boots. And he stops by you and stops his song, and he says, "You look a little down on your luck, my lord. Might I cheer you with some music? Perhaps some poetry?"
It's been a while since I've heard any music. That would be appreciated. Thank you.
"Of course, my lord." He begins to play for you. I'll make a check to see how good his um, barding goes. Not very good. Well, it seems I'm a little out of tune. What can I do? You'll have to forgive me. He spins the lute around and starts tuning it, and he's making a fucking cacophony as he's tuning it, and he's trying to, he's making singing notes and then comparing the notes to the sound of the strings. That's not right. No, try again. Oh, no, that's wrong. Try again. Hang on. You'll have to forgive me. Perhaps we should do a story instead. In fact, I have a better idea. You look like the sort of wary traveler who must be full of stories. Perhaps you have a story to tell me. After all, I am a bard, and I do enjoy a good story.
Well, yes, I'm well familiar with your type, but well, I suppose I could tell you how I ended up here. And I will say that like basically I think like his boots are gone. Somebody who was on the ship was probably nice enough to give him like an old shirt and some trousers, but he's got no boots, and his
Okay.
he's probably got like a piece of rope holding his pants up.
Okay. Yeah.
Um, well, I was a sailor and on the names the ship, but we were caught in the worst storm I've ever seen. If I didn't know better, I would think those bloody red wizards were involved somehow. Came out of a clear sky and knocked me clear off the boat.
Clear off
Next
the
thing,
boat, you say? My.
the rain was going quite literally sideways. I went to grab for a rope, something hit me. I didn't see what, and I was in the water. Then the next thing I remembered, I was washed up on an island, and I had this. And he just kind of like reaches into his shirt and holds up this carved stone amulet in the shape of a dolphin. Very polished stone. It's like it's very finely made, but also at the same time kind of primitive.
My gods, man. Where did you find that?
It was on me when I woke up on the island. Never seen it before.
Hmm. An odd thing to happen. And what do you connect this particular symbol with? No doubt it is a symbol, yes?
Well,
You getting music?
yeah, I'm getting music. Well, they do say Deep Chrysalis' symbol is a dolphin, so maybe he helped me by sending me to that island so I didn't drown.
My goodness, my lord, you've been touched by the Seldarine, Deep Seychelles himself.
Hmm. Or
What a
maybe his one of
story.
maybe some worshiper of his, or could be some fae playing tricks even. Hard to
Seems
say.
like a sign to me. Here, take this. He reaches into his pockets and he opens up his jacket. You see underneath his very fine clothes, he's wearing oddly his undergarments seem to be more low class, so to speak, low quality, woolen, unrefined, more typical of the hill people, the mountain
Hmm.
people, the mountain folk. Um, and amongst the various bits of fabric and so on there, he reaches in and he pulls out a bone. It looks like a fish bone. He says, I don't know, but I think this is for you.
Hmm. All right. I thank you for the gift.
Could be good luck. Hard to say. Now let me try this loot again. And see what he gets this time. Oh, it was nearly a natural one. Okay, so it's a natural 13, and given that he's a bard, he probably gets like +6 or something to that. So,
I'd say +6 would be the least I would expect.
right. Um, he's not a player character bard, so you never know. In any case, yeah, so pretty good. He starts to actually play some decent music at this point, and various people around you start to pick up this and cheer up to it. And yes, that's what you're doing. All right, Liliana. Liliana.
I guess I'm still going up the mountain. Or have
Right.
I finally reached it?
Well, at this point, you've finally reached the small town, this village, this um, what's the term I'm looking for? I'm actually just going to try and change the music because this is all a bit happy. Um, I've got a playlist that I want. Where are my playlists? Playlists. Um, Here we go over here. That's just a bit of background sound. All right, so you get to this village, and she leads you in there. It's not much further, milady. Just here, round the corner. This is the one. And there's this shack built in to this kind of. The valley's really tight. It's like big bulbs of stone around you that are sort of forming this labyrinthine space. And into the holes cut into the stone are these shacks. And everything's covered in moss and vines and creepers and things. And there's like a couple of fire pits in the middle area. And there's some kids sitting around. They don't look very well either, to be honest with you. There's a lady in the distance who's coming down some steps carrying a pile of firewood on her back. And you see there's a man sitting up high on a ridge above, watching down, and you can see that he's got something like, you think it might be a longbow or something over his shoulder, and he's keeping a lookout for whatever reason. And you get to the entrance of the shack, and she peels back the woolen furry skin that's on the front of it, like a deer skin or something, some kind of animal skin with fur on it. And you look inside and you can see the fire pit, and there's this man sitting back in the corner under a pile of cloaks, all covered up. And he's sitting there, and you can see there's blood on his eyes coming down from his eyes. And he's sort of rocking back and forth. Stormy skies come. I sense the darkness. You've one with you this time, daughter of mine. Who is this one? I smell her good intentions. But only bitterness can come of it. Did you bring food, my fine lady? Perhaps wine? Perhaps something else, something even more coveted?
No food, I'm sorry. I heard you were ill.
She's a cleric, Father. She's a priestess. She can help you. I believe she can heal you of this affliction. I have no affliction. Leave off, daughter. But my father, you've been like this for weeks. You haven't left the house. You barely eat. The things you say, horrible things that you say to my own son, to our children. Why would you say such things? I say nothing. I mean nothing of it. I'm sorry, daughter. You must understand. It's not all me, not here all the time. Sometimes the gods are speaking through me, I feel. It's an affliction, Father. You were not like this. What happened to you? When did this begin? He peers forward and moves his head out into the light, and he looks up at you briefly, and you can see that his eyes have kind of glazed over, and there's this traces of dark, dried blood on his face. You can make a perception check. Eleven. First level. Let me make a perception check for the girl too, the lady that you're with. His daughter? No, that's even worse. That's a 3. All right, never mind. What do you wish of me, stranger?
Cleric. I had come to help.
I don't need your help. I'm well enough to breathe. I see everything I wish to see and more, much more than that.
What do you see?
Oh, great many things. Wavering, like arms, like great arms. But not arms that you nor I have seen, but like the arms of something from the deep, deep sea. Black and thick and slick with mucus, like your throat might be. Like the tentacles of the great, deep squid. The sauce that might swallow a ship. Or greater yet, a city, a castle, a mountain, dragged to the bottom of the ocean. I see another world. Darkness rises. Sun that never comes to us again. Oh, you're from the moon, goddess. The moon is broken, my lady. It's been broke a long time. Broke in 7. Which piece do you reflect? He reaches up and he grabs your sleeve. Dressed in mail. Oh, you're here to fight. But there's no one here to fight, just me. I've no interest in doing combat. No, too old for that. My time for that is past. But you are destined to meet one on this very day. There will be a meeting of minds. It is coming. 2. They wish to be heroes. They don't know it yet, but they might need to be. If they wish to pass beyond the great mountain of darkness that will surely fall. Stop it, Father, you're scaring her. She's not afraid of me. The cleric's got the will of the gods in her. I can sense it. Besides, she's an elf. She carries the blood of them fancy primal ones. You come to cast your spells, cleric.
I come to help.
Well, how you intend to do that exactly?
I was told you were sick and you needed healing.
Oh, she's the sick one. Can't see the forest for the trees. Can't see what's right in front of her. It's all over, my lady. It's all going to end. A mountain in the sky will fall. Its pieces breaking as we watch the sky. Maybe you've heard of it. Maybe you've heard of them. The pilot stones, some call him. Falling from afar, from the deep sea of the astral. They come through. Like huge rocks, they strike one at a time. First, just gently, like sand across a table, but then deeper and greater and bigger until the last few, and then the very final one. Crash! It will smash upon this world. Everything struck down. All civilizations, all peoples, all races, everyone dead. So little one can do. So best to reconcile with one's short life now. So tired. Methinks I might take the time to rest. He leans back into the shadows and pulls his hood further over his face, and then out of nowhere he just starts snoring.
I would say thank you, but he's out like a light.
He does that, my lady. He does that. Do you see how sick he is? This is not well.
He has a gift of some type. I must go. There is nothing I can do for him.
But I brought you all this way. Surely you have... Can you pray for him at least? Oh, God.
I'll give him blessings and...
All right.
like
Yeah, you
that.
could do a short ceremony for him.
Yeah,
It's
if you
more
want to
you're
make
more doing it for her than for him for
Yeah,
him.
I'll do whatever real
make a
quick.
performance check or a religion check.
I think religion would be better.
Religion. Where is it hiding? Oh, there it is.
11. I suppose it will have to do then. You perhaps you could go about and ask your mother's superior what might be this affliction, and perhaps you can return with medicine and help.
I will ask.
There is one last thing, madam. It's this. She gingerly approaches him, and while he's snoring, she sort of really quietly tries to lift his sleeve and reach into the back of his sleeve, and she draws out this stone pipe. She says, "He's had this for a few months now. Won't leave it alone. I tried to take it off him, and he goes wild."
What is?
I do not know, my lady. There was a stranger in the village months back. Gave it to him with a box.
It's a card.
I know not where the box has gone. He's hidden it. I never see him do it, but he's done it enough. I don't know for sure, but I think it's connected to this malady of his.
Would she know what it is?
Nope.
Nope.
First level.
Oh, yeah.
First level sheltered noble character.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, I have no idea what that is.
that's right. You have to do some role playing. Yes. Okay. So, very well. So she is obviously disappointed, but she has to get over it, really. She's got no choice because you're going to leave. And I assume you head back to the town.
My lady, I will send some clerics here to assist you.
Thank you, my lady. Thank you, my lady. She's so pleased with that she goes to her knees at your feet. And she says, I have very little, but what I do have I will give to you in the church, to the temple. I have little coin, but we have some grain.
No, keep your coin, keep your grain. We will send someone. That is our job. We will send you some assistance.
Very well. And as you're leaving, you hear the man wake up again. No! You conspire with those givers of life! Cannot save me, cannot save you, none of us! He starts rambling. You can't even understand what he's saying after that. That's as you're sort of leaving, basically, so it sort of dies off in the background as you get out of there. Right, so the other Sawnal, the new Sawnal.
Yeah, Kylum. I think basically so. It's like, it's obviously like, if he was supposed to meet her at 9, it's probably about, probably maybe 10.5 bells. He's like, gets tired of waiting and just like gets directions to the temple and starts making his way on foot.
All right. All right, so the temple, it probably takes you half an hour or so to get to the temple. And the Daughters of Twilight, a couple of them stand guard out the front. And you approach, and one of them steps forward, and she looks at you somewhat haughtily. She says, "Good day, stranger."
Good day, my lady.
You have business with the temple?
Well, I was told one of your clerics was supposed to meet me getting off the boat, and she never arrived. I thought someone should alert you that she's absent. I don't know how you handle things.
Can you make a persuasion check?
Apparently not.
The other one steps forward and she says, "Away, beggar! We'll have no truck with the likes of you. Step aside."
Look, I'm rather like, he's basically like this. He's being polite, and he's got, now they've gotten his back up, and he's like, I'm not asking for anything. I am trying to help you. You I you had me, I was waiting for over an hour after being washed off that bloody ship and washed onto that island. I'm trying to help you. I don't understand why you're being so difficult.
She's looking around now, behind you, over your shoulder, looking for whoever it is you're running interference for, because this is obviously a scam. She says, "Best you return to whatever hole you came from."
I will not.
"Well, do not think you will pass these gates."
Then I shall wait. And he just crosses his arms and plants his feet.
The other one kind of smirks. "Wait as you will, then." And they both return to standing at attention, unmoving, like, they're like palace guards. They stand very disciplined.
And he's just standing there in front of them, arms crossed. And he's like, two can play at this game.
After about 5 minutes, one of them says, "Are you really going to stand there all day? You're blocking my son."
Then send for one of your superiors who can confirm my story. If I'm lying, you lose nothing. If I'm telling the truth and you ignore me, you're the one who'll get in trouble.
They glance briefly at one another, and you make a new persuasion check.
That's a little better. That's a 15.
That's a little better. All right. "Very well, then," says one of them. The other one looks at her like, "What? You're really going to buy this bullshit from this guy?" And she says,
I shall wait here.
"I shall inquire within. But trust me, fellow, if you are lying, there will be payment meted out."
I have better things to waste my time on than lying to you.
As she's turning and walking away, you hear something about, "Yes, that could be explained by your buying boots," or something about buying boots, at least. Anyway, so she wanders off. Mhm. The other one stands there, continues to stare at you. She doesn't stare at you. She stares past you. You know, she's just got the dead stare of the palace guard going
Mm.
on. Um,
And he just continue. He doesn't move either. He's just standing there, arms crossed.
okay, all right. Well, after a few minutes, the other one comes back with a third priestess, slightly better dressed one, less armor but more costume.
More ornate robes.
Yeah, and she steps forward and comes out through the gate, and she says, "Are you Calum Sornol?
Kylum, my lady. But yes,
Forgive me." She says, "Where is Lilianath?"
she never arrived. That's why I came here. Tried to tell your guards that what your cleric never arrived, but they didn't want to hear it.
Skylar Litharis, we will be discussing matters shortly. Please come inside.
Thank you, my lady.
She takes you in. Um, and inside, you know, the immediate courtyard is still a bit grungy, but then once you get
Mm,
inside, it's very nice indeed. Not as nice
mm,
as Vangate or some of the
mm.
other places that
Yeah, he's never been to
you've
those
never been there,
places,
so you
so
don't have anything to
mm.
compare them to. So it's probably for your character, it's among one of the nicest places you've ever been.
I mean, I'm kind of imagining like his family is nobles, but he's been away from them for a long time.
Right, right. Fair enough. Yeah. Okay.
So he's like he's got the manners, but they're very, very rusty.
Right. He hasn't used them for a while.
Mm.
All right. She sits you down at a table and she says, "You will forgive us. We had no idea. It was Lilianath was sent to collect you from the gate, from the dock,
Mm.
and you say she did not arrive. How
I waited
peculiar."
for I waited for over an hour. She never arrived. That's why I came to tell someone.
Well, I shall arrange for you to have a bath and for some clothes and food to be had.
Thank you. I had lost most everything I had when I was washed off the ship.
Of course, I'm so sorry for you. I've heard your story from the captain, from the captain's messenger at least.
Mm.
Please do take advantage of the opportunity. And she says, but I must set about putting together a search for Lilianeth. How
Of course.
bizarre. Something must have
If
happened to her.
if I can assist in any way, feel free to put me to work.
Are you sure? I do not wish to trouble you. It seems that you have been through so much already.
My lady, I am used to working all day. Sitting around in luxury ill suits me.
She offers you a couple of small cups of different potions, and she
Mm.
says, "If you drink these, begin with this and finish here. This will cleanse you and make you feel a great deal better. Then we shall look at
Okay.
finding you some boots. I
Thank
can
you.
provide you with robes. I do have some spare male robes from," and she goes about, gets her assistant, and they dig out some
Mm.
clothes and things and
Mm.
furnish with you. Basically, about an hour worth of stuff goes on for you,
Mm.
right? Getting clothed up and
Mm.
looking.
He probably has that bath first.
Probably have that bath first, yeah.
I think he
Um,
does clean up reasonably well, though.
all right. Um, very good. Some very pretty little elves clean you up in the bath, and you come out all clothed and such, and fed, and healed, and apparently by this point you understand that a number of clerics have gone off looking for Lilianath.
Mm.
And as you're coming out, you find the lady that you were originally speaking to, who I'm going to briefly give a name to. Um, gonna generate a temple. Okay. Well, I got the name Eloan. All right, so the top honcho, her name, the high priestess, is Eloan Silveranth, um, daughter of Twilight. She introduces you to Lysandra Arnuana, Isadora Firahel, Liana Sornel,
Mm.
and an Ilara Moonbrook. And Ilara comes in while you're talking to Eloan, and she says, "Excuse me, my lady, if I may, just a moment." And she says, "Of course. How can I help you?" And she says, "We have word that there was a daughter of Twilight who matches the description of Lilianeth, heading out through the outskirts of town up into the mountain paths this morning, with a lady in a green cloak, who said they overheard something about someone being sickly or something like this." "I see." She says, "Well, do you have a description of the direction that they went?" "Yes, my lady. I believe we can follow it. I know the path." "Very well." She turns to you, Callum. "Perhaps you will go with Ilara of the Moonbrook
Of
and
course.
assist her in finding Lilianeth. Thereby you may introduce yourself and perhaps begin as things were meant to begin."
Very well, my lady. I shall be guided by you in this.
"See that she is well looked after. Do not fear to chide her. Perhaps it is deserving, perhaps it is not."
Perhaps. We don't know what happened yet.
"Very well. On your way." And so Ilara looks at you and motions towards the exit.
Of course.
She puts her helmet on as she gets to the door, and she, as you step outside, she says, "I assume you can ride a horse."
It has been a few years, but I am familiar with the basics.
"We shall be taking a second, or rather a third horse with us
Mm.
in order to collect our sister."
Of course.
All right. So she takes you to the stables, and you collect 3 horses, and she gets on one of them, and she sets you upon the third one, and then the other horse, she says, "Here, perhaps you will take the reins of the third horse."
Of course, my lady.
All right, so you can make an animal handling check. And given that you haven't done this for a while, you say, how about disadvantage?
Right. Where'd it go? Sheet.
Hmm. Oof. All right, well, the the second horse is not playing very nicely at the moment, and Ilara rides up next to you and she says, "Very well, I see you're having trouble," and she takes the reins from you and from the second horse. "See that you control your own," and she
Yes, my lady.
begins to ride forth. "Follow me." So in
Of
any
course.
case, you go riding off down through the city of Ariad, and you head back down towards the docks for a little while, and then you turn left and you start heading up along the coast towards Bothwell, which is a bit too far to see at this point. But in any case, you start heading inland now,
Hmm.
and up into the mountain passes, and you have a few minutes. You can ask her any questions that you have if you want,
Mm.
before we run into Lilianeth, who will be coming the other way momentarily.
My lady, have you served at this temple for long?
Sometime, perhaps 2 score years.
Hmm. I see. And were you raised in Amphrodius, or did you travel to here?
Indeed, I am from Amphrodius.
Mm, basically, just like chatting with her. And,
Small talk.
yeah. And what made you choose the clergy?
It was my duty. It spake to me, and also my mother was a member. It is oft passed down from mother to daughter, the membership of the Daughters of Twilight. We are not forbidden marriage, you know.
Of course.
Oh, look, I see a figure in a green cloak. No, wait, what color's your cloak, Lilianeth? Twilight colored, probably.
Is that blue?
Could be blue, yeah. Depends on your grade, but yes. All right. I think I see someone.
Hmm.
And Lilianeth, you can make a perception check. See if you
Can I make a perception check?
Yes, you may.
Oops. Get back here.
Where'd it go?
So by this time it must be it's like 1:30 in the afternoon. 14 for
14.
Caleb. Yeah. And what did Lilianeth roll? She got a 19. Wow, okay. All right, Lilianeth. So you see one of your sisters, who you know as a superior, um, coming up, traveling up in your direction with some stranger on a horse, with a third horse. And you could make an intelligence check to see if you can figure out what's going on. Apparently not. Your mind is elsewhere. It makes sense that your mind would be either lingering back at the village where you just left or some other thing.
Yeah, I'm wondering what that pipe was and what illness the old man has that she can't do anything about.
Right. Okay. Well, almost out of nowhere, then you realize that these strangers have approached, and you realize that it is one of your sisters, and the stranger is with you. So, Caleb, um, yeah, you see, you, you know, I think on the way up there, Ilara says to you, "That's her there. She seems to be alive, at least. That's good." She says, "Well, do you think you can find your way back to the temple by yourself?"
I'm quite certain that I can manage that much at least. Thank you for your assistance, my lady.
Very well. She turns around and she rides off back at a gallop, expertly. So you two are approaching each other.
Look. Yeah, I kind of like turn and look over my shoulder at her racing off.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, so ride up to her.
All right. He rides up to you.
Lilianeth, I presume?
Yes. And you are the one I was supposed to meet?
Correct.
My apologies.
What exactly was so pressing that took you all the way away from the city?
I was approached by a lady that her father needed urgent healing, and I did not expect it to be this far out of the city.
Right. Well, in cases like this, it's quite good to ask for the distance first, but we all learn somehow.
She did ask, and she got the runaround.
Right, but it's like he doesn't know that.
No.
Should we return to your temple then?
Yes.
All right. So
The old man had his most peculiar illness. He had blood coming out of his eyes, and Todd rambled on about the doom of the world.
So
Does this ring any bells for me?
you can make a history check. I think history is probably the most relevant thing.
There's something familiar about that, but I can't quite place it. Blood out of the eyes. I'm sure I've heard of that somewhere, but sailors are full of stories. Or maybe it was from a bard. Anyway, perhaps your Mother Superior will have some idea of what that might represent.
He also had this strange pipe thing. Maybe the pipe has something to do with his illness.
Does the pipe ring any bells for me, Russ?
You can make another history check.
17 this time.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's some story that connects there. I don't think that you have directly ever encountered Skagenblood.
Hmm.
Maybe
You don't.
you've heard a story about something that matches the description of it.
That definitely sounds familiar. You didn't happen to see what he was putting in the pipe, did you?
No, I did not.
Uh, Not much for it then.
Hmm. Maybe, like you said, Mother Superior would know what it is.
As you're getting back down to the city and about to head up towards the Daughters of Twilight's temple, you see that big wide-brimmed hat again, and you hear the music of the bard you spoke to earlier as he's wandering along the street, and he stops as he looks up at you. Ah, I see you found a friend.
Yes, I was able to locate the one who was supposed to meet me.
Well, I imagine you must be feeling much better then. You look much better.
Well,
Cleaner.
the clothes and boots definitely help.
Well, it's good for me to know that you were not in fact telling me tall tales, eh? A man
Well, if
dressed
I
as
was going,
such could have been anyone, eh?
if I was going to tell you tall tales, I'm quite sure I could have come up with something better.
Good day, milady. He does a bow with a flourish and takes off his cap as he bows to you.
Good day, sir.
Galadon Silveranth, at your service. Some call me the Silk Saboteur. Well, then, I shall get out of your way, then. Forgive me. It seems you have more pressing matters. He steps to the side.
Good day to you, sir, and again, safe travels.
And to you. And you ride past him. Go back to the
Before
Daughters.
we go into the temple, do you need anything?
I am quite sufficient for the moment, but thank you.
All right, so you get back to the temple, and you ride in through the gates. Those two guards this time. You can make an insight check.
I don't think he's even. That was a nat one. I don't think he's even paying attention to them.
Right, yeah. Lilianeth, you can make an insight check.
12.
12, okay. You're not really sure why, but they seem a little bit embarrassed about something. You don't know what that's about. But like they won't make eye contact with you.
I wonder what got into them.
There's a story there, but I don't think that it's my place to tell it.
Oh,
Why don't you ask them later?
Certainly will look into it.
As you're coming into the temple, the probably the third bell rings in the afternoon, and various trainees and acolytes move from one courtyard to another as they go from one training session to the next, um, and various others head off to the temple to do prayers. There's a lot of movement all of a sudden, and then it stops again, as if the place is standing still in time. Alwyn comes out from inside. Lilianath,
Yes, my lady.
I see you have been found again, where once you were lost.
Yes, I got detained.
You are not hurt, I hope.
No, I am not.
So when you say detained, you were not captured then?
No,
I see. But you were otherwise incapable of following my orders to the letter.
forgive me, my lady.
I see. Do you have the coin I gave you?
Yes, I do.
Have you spent a copper of it?
Not a piece.
Very well. For now you shall retain it then. Thank you, Calum, for rescuing our younger sister here.
She did stumble upon something somewhat curious, though.
Oh,
I don't recall this. I've heard something of the stories that she had told me. There's something familiar about it, but I can't quite place it. Perhaps, my lady, if you would tell her about the man you met.
A lady came to me quite urgently, saying her father was gravely ill, and I went to assist her, and she turned out to be further than I originally asked her. But when I got to her father, he was bleeding from the eyes and rambling on like a crazy man, and he had this pipe. He was beyond what I can do for him.
see. Tell me, this pipe that he had, did he use it in your presence?
No, he did not.
Did he say anything that seemed especially strange to you?
He talked about the doom of the world.
Of course he did. Did he say anything that you might consider personally prophetic?
Just no, not really.
Hmm. Well, then, I suppose that is good. There is a drug that has been known to be sold by the Barakyle Dominion about the land. They have attempted to bring this stuff and hoist it upon our people from time to time. An addiction, an affliction, an evil thing. It enters the mind and eats one from within. They say the addiction is so strong that those suffering are prepared to do almost anything to avoid being separated from their newfound interests. Do tell me if you see any more evidence of this. I should be curious to see if this fallow has, in fact, any of this stuff. I do not suppose you can return upon the morrow to this place to extract whatever it is that he has been utilizing in this pipe.
I can try and extract it, but yes, I can return. I did tell the lady we would bring some aid to her. The village is quite poor and needs some help.
I see. Yes, there are some settlements in the mountains they do not like to be interfered with, but they have been quite hostile to our approaches in the past. But if they are asking for our help, that is a different story. Very well. Upon the morrow, return to this village. Take with you some potions to heal. I will give you a scroll that should perhaps relieve him of some affliction. Out of game. Scrolls are not level locked, are they?
Technically, you're
they
supposed to make a spellcasting ability check. If it's above a level you can cast. But, I mean, we've never really bothered with that.
Right. Right, and it depends on what the stakes are too, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So she says, I will give you a scroll to perhaps cure this affliction. We can but try.
Thank you, my lady, for understanding.
She gives you a gentle smile and she puts her hand on your shoulder. She says, I do understand. You have a gentle heart. But you must be a warrior too, my dear.
Yes, ma'am.
And remember this. In the future, do not be belayed when you are under direct order of your priestess.
I understand.
I had half the temple looking for you. Many a prayers have been missed and must be put aright. The Seldarine, I'm sure, however, they will survive this day. I expect you, however, will need to stay up extra late. Make extra prayers for the ones that have been missed.
Yes, ma'am.
Very well, then. Is there anything else?
No.
Have you both eaten? You do not look like you have eaten.
I have not eaten.
Take that coin I gave you and take your new ward to the tavern in Ariad. Feed him properly. Make sure he has what he needs. You will find... She looks over at you, Calum, and she says, you will understand that the food here, whilst it is most holy and greatly healthy for the body of an elf, you would not be used to it, and I'm sure that after your ordeal, you should be treated to something a little more, well, substantial.
You have my gratitude, my lady.
It is a gift. Good day, then. She leaves you be.
Shall we go?
Please lead the way.
Off we go.
All right, so back out past the guards again. All right, so you head down back into the city, and you head to the tavern. Who wants to name the tavern?
The Fool's Folly.
The Fool's Folly. All right, very good. The tavern is the Fool's Folly. All right, cool. The Fool's Folly. Okay. All right, so you go to the tavern and you count out your various gold pieces and buy yourselves a pretty fancy meal, I imagine, with the amount of money that you've got right now. Well, I don't know. It's up to you. You could be a cheap bastard if you wanted to, and just get him like a soup or something, and keep the money for yourself.
I
No,
mean,
I'm gonna
he
buy
would be
him.
happy. He would be quite happy with quantity over quality.
She'll get him a nice meal, whatever he wants.
Well, it certainly does have a menu of, well, it's a tavern. It's like a medieval tavern. They don't really have menus, but the food is substantial. It's like more like a buffet kind of situation. Um, and yeah, you haven't eaten this well for a while.
Mm.
So you're feeling pretty good about that.
Mm.
All right. Very good, very good. And as you're sitting there, you can make you can make small talk for one thing, but you could also make a perception check.
Oopsie. Wrong
Uh,
one.
the,
Oops, that's yep,
13.
a 14 and a 13. It's a bit different to Lissa, isn't it?
yeah.
Oh, yeah. Big
It's not
difference.
it's not like a 33 or something. Wow.
Plus, it's
Uh,
level 1.
We're level 1. Like, I think our highest mod for anything is going to be like +5.
Yeah. I think you can get a +7 on a level 1 character, but it's quite tricky to arrange.
You have to basically, in order to get like a +7, you have to be a rogue.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Yeah, that sounds about right. Like, and it's
You
+7
have to have
stealth, +7
expertise.
stealth. Yeah,
Well, basically,
stealth and sleight of hand,
you
and so
get
on.
expertise in a dex check, and you have high dex.
Yeah. Yep. All right. So, 13 and a 14. Well, there's some interesting looking characters floating around. There's another bard, a different bard to the last bard. Um, Who have we got this time? Okay, so the bard in the tavern here is called Hector Windwalker. And he's known to be the true fool of the capital. And apparently he roams around up and down the various highways and byways of Amphrodius. In fact, you can make history checks to see if you've even heard of him.
Nope.
No?
Oh, definitely not.
Oh no, you definitely heard of him with a nat 1, but you're thinking of somebody else entirely.
Yep.
All right. Well, in the middle of your meal, and he finishes up a set of songs and what have you, singing about the snowy Raskin Mountains that dominate the skies of Amphrodius. He comes over and puts down his musical instrument, and he sits down at your table. He says, "Good evening, sir and madam. A
Good
lady of the
evening.
Daughters of Twilight. What a blessing it is to have with us here. I did not think that such would join us in our tavern. I say our tavern, but it is not mine. I am but a guest like yourselves. And who might you be, good sir?"
Hylam.
"Well, forgive me, I have not introduced myself. I am Hector Windwalker, the true fool of the capital, as they say." And he flourishes as much as the other bard did earlier, but they each have their own style.
What does it mean to be the true fool? I have not spent much time in the city.
Nothing, my lord. It means nothing. Very little indeed. It is but a jest, mostly. One could read into it, I suppose. Perhaps it means that I am the most foolish of all the fools. I'm sure that our cousins in the red waters beyond the sea would say so. But, he says, looking at you, a king can walk as a beggar, but beggars not as kings.
So they say.
So they do, so they do. I heard a little story today. The story went like this. There was a new sailor from afar arrived upon our shores. He'd lost his sword and fallen from a spar to meet with, he turns to you, a daughter of twilight who had been lost herself afar. I heard you were dragged off somewhere into the middle of the island to fight a beast. You are either deeply unimpressed with my story or merely confused.
Maybe not so a beast.
Not so a
As
beast.
but rather an illness.
An illness. Oh dear. What manner of illness has stricken our port? I hope it is not contagious.
A strange illness.
Should we be concerned? Should we lock the doors?
It's way out of town, so.
Yes, yes, but illnesses do have a manner of which they find their way about, without legs either. Soon it will be wagons and bells and incense and people crying, "Bring out the dead!"
I do not imagine this is the type of illness that is contagious, at least not in the traditional sense.
Oh, well, that's good to hear. Good to hear indeed. Very well. Well, in any case, if you're looking for information, you'll find me here, at least for the next 3 nights. I must move on soon enough. I will be heading to Amphrodius, so if you do have any messages to anyone, any loved ones perhaps that you wish to send, I might be willing to carry them for but a few silver.
I
Yes,
have no one to send to have send a message to. Sorry.
The only people I would wish to send a message to is the ship I was on originally, and I'm not sure where they would be at the moment. I doubt they'd be in the capital, seeing it as an ocean ship.
And you would be the sailor that I hear was rescued from the Little Horn, not so far beyond a week or so.
I found myself washed ashore there. Not a lot to eat on that island, unfortunately.
Sounds pitiable. Well, it seems that the Daughters of Twilight are making up for your lost fortunes.
So it seems.
So it seems. Well, and again, he says, turning to you, Lilianeth, he says, once more, the bards of Amphrodius will be able to tell the common folk the stories of how the Daughters of Twilight have assisted the common man, and that is good.
Thank you.
Of course. Well, I should not keep you. And I thank you for having me at your table. Remember my name, Hector Windwalker, Fool of the Capital.
And thank you for coming.
Thank you for the music.
Of course. He goes over to the bartender and organizes to have you brought a round of drinks.
Charitable, that one.
Yeah.
Well, this food isn't going to eat itself, my lady. It'd be rather impressive if it could.
Yeah, that would be impressive. And we shall enjoy our nice meal.
All right. So you have your meal. And, unless you go out seeking, bar fights or back alleys and backroom brawls, there's little more to be had on this night. So I suppose you return to the quarters of the Daughters of Twilight at some point. Unless there is something that you actually want to do.
Nope.
No. All right, then. So you go back and you go to sleep. And Lilianeth, you stay up a bit later because you've got a lot of prayers to catch up on.
Yep.
Why don't you make
think,
a... Yeah.
I think I would say that Kylam actually goes, when he goes back, he just, like, finds somebody who knows who he is and just, like, look, I'm going to go stir... Basically, he just tells him, look, I'm going to go stir crazy if you don't give me something to do. I need to do something physical just to work off some stress. Give me some, like, I don't care what it is, stacking boxes, just give me something physical to do for a few hours.
And this is in the middle of the night.
Well, I mean, it's probably not, it's probably like evening.
Or after dinner.
Basically, like, I'm imagining this is late afternoon.
Oh, right, because you went to... Right.
This was like a late lunch, I think.
I suppose so, yeah, okay, fair enough.
Like, basically, like, look, just give me something physical to do for a few hours at least.
All right, how about mucking out the stable?
Fair enough, it's the least I can do for your hospitality.
All right, they don't stop you. They don't have a lot of box stacking to do at the moment, but...
I imagine not, but it's like, he's just doing something, like, better than being alone with his thoughts.
Fair enough. When you've finished your mucking out of the stable, I suppose you return to what's-her-face.
I think he probably, like, just...
yeah.
Yeah, I think before he goes back, he just, like, takes off probably goes back to his original clothes. The not very nice ones. He's not going to muck out his stable in nice clothes. Just, like...
Right.
Probably just, like, takes his shirt off, just dunks his whole upper body in a horse trough. And... like, because he's a sailor, he's like,
right.
And just so he just makes himself a bit less smelly before he goes back.
Right. While you're doing that, while you're in the horse trough, can you make a perception check?
Okay, and if my mouse works.
That is a
16?
prerequisite. 16. You realize there's somebody standing behind you. You can see their shadow cast on the floor next to you. It looks like one of the Daughters of Twilight from the outline of the shadow.
Without even turning, can I assist you, my lady?
It seems that you have done with mucking out the stable. I came to ask if you had any other skills, perhaps more intellectual of nature. Can you write and read?
I do know my letters, and I am somewhat familiar with maps and navigation as well.
Well, that is a happy coincidence. She says, well, when you're done, put on your clothes and meet me inside. I have some more tasks for you.
Of course.
And you go back inside after you do that, and
Yep.
they organize to have you copying some maps from one parchment to another.
Yep.
Yeah, so you want to make a map making roll to see how badly you fuck these maps up or not.
Okay, so what? So I've got proficiency in cartographer's tools.
Yep.
What mod am I adding to this?
Well, you're copying from one to the other, so I suppose it's a investigation.
Okay. Okay, so it's investigation +2 from proficiency with cartographer's tools.
Yep.
So it's 18.
All right, very good. Well done. Okay, so she's mightily impressed. She says, these are very good. She says, you best be careful or you'll put Isadora's nose out of joint.
You can't. I've seen what happens when people rely on bad maps. I wouldn't subject that to anyone.
Of course. Very well. And of the morrow, are you still amenable to my earlier request?
I would welcome whatever tasks you have for me.
She says, you have no arms or armor. Are you a man of the sword?
I've always had more of a penchant for hammers, to be honest.
I see. So yes, a militant.
But I am familiar with swords.
But if you're going to travel with my priestesses, any of them, I should like to see that you are armed and capable of defending yourself and them, as they will defend you.
Of course.
Therefore, come, let us see the armory.
Very well.
All right, so she takes you down to the armory, and there is no Millmore glass here, unfortunately. No gnomes, no obnoxious little bastards that sit in their offices making smarmy comments and trying to feed you sticky gummy lollies to silence you. Instead, she does it herself. Yes, she does all the smarmy jokes.
I was going to say that she silences me because she's a cleric. She can just cast silence.
That's true. That's true. And I will say on that basis, actually, that it seems like there is a code of silence. Not so much a code of silence, but
unspoken rule.
Well, everyone's quiet in the basement, in the armory. There's a lot of silence. Nobody's talking. Everyone's very disciplined about what noise they make. And in any case, she gives you access to the armory, so she'll give you whatever mundane weapons that you might require and or armor to a point.
Yep, I'll just grab the stuff that I picked on my starting equipment. So
yeah, that makes sense.
Basically, so he's going with a warhammer and shield because I have somewhere I'm going with this at higher levels. Pick up a crossbow and a chain shirt.
Excellent. All right, so that stuff's all
or
kind
chainmail, yeah,
fitted out for you. And on the matter of the chainmail, it doesn't fit perfectly at first, so she gets one of the daughters who's an armorer. She says, can you just relink these sleeves to be, a little bit wider in the shoulder here, so that by the time he gets up tomorrow, he has a shirt to wear. So she's going to stay up the afternoon and not all night, but some of the night, hanging it up and repinning or relinking the mail, certain sections of it. I have done this myself, by the way, making chainmail. It is very tedious. And I had power tools. We used like wire to go zzz, make all the rings and then cut all the rings out and then hang them along nails and yes.
Oh, wow.
Yes. All fun and games. All right. So you've got your gear. Um, anything you'd like to do in the meantime, interim, either of you?
Nope.
Just have my
Basically,
prayers.
Say
he's
your
just like
prayers.
doing whatever work that they have for him.
All right. Um, yeah, well, now that you've sort of proven yourself to be capable of reading and writing and cartography and such, um, you've pretty much taken that niche, and that's what
Mm.
you've. If it's not cartography, if they run out of maps that need copying, they give you other things to copy, scrolls, and if you run out of scrolls, not like magic scrolls, um, then it might be like sacred texts. And then she just starts sort of abusing the privilege of, oh, I've got a photocopier here, so I'm going to make lots of copies of everything. So you end up writing out the same text over and over again. It's like um, the prayers of the Seldarine. It's a good way to learn them.
Mm. Basically, he's probably getting a much more in-depth crash course on the Celdering than he's ever had in a long time.
Right? Yeah. Um, do you? The only person who told the story of the
I
Deep
mean, I
Cicella
assumed that the
story.
clerics asked him about his story at some point.
Yes, yes, actually, that should be a thing. We should do that as a thing.
Maybe they gave him a night to get his thoughts in order.
Well, actually, they were waiting for Lilianeth to do this.
Mm-mm.
She was the one who's supposed to ask you about this. So that was, I believe, they gave you that job. So I'm going to leave that in your capable hands for the morrow. All right. So the evening passes. Um, might go and grab another coffee. And when I come back, you guys are going to be extremely engaged and deep in character, aren't you?
Of course.
Of course. I'll believe that when I see it.
Only 2 spell slots.
Yeah, that's level 1 for you.
Oh boy. You have to be careful what you cast.
We've only got we've only got like 10 hit points as well, so
Yeah, I have to make sure we don't die.
yeah, like this is why on Isa, like I really push for you to have more points in Constitution.
Mm-hmm.
Um, just because like especially with Wizards low AC, it's just like what one crit and you're gone.
Grace is looking so cute here. She's got her head
Oh.
up on the arm of the chair. She's looking so cute. How's your furry friends?
They're good. They're good. It's we got Screamies 1 and 2. Uh, they change positions in the Screamy ranking sometimes. One of the cats is very squawky, but the dog also gets very vocal. Like he's like, like he's definitely got issues with like separation anxiety and whatnot.
So does mine. She ruse the whole time I'm gone. If I'm gone longer than 10 minutes, she sits at the door and I It's so cute. At least it isn't annoying. How? It's a cute howl. I like your arrows. I bought her booties. So when we go on walks,
Oh yeah.
because
I
when
imagine it's
I have
quite hot over there at the moment.
it's in the 90s right now.
Yeah.
I have to walk down to get my medication, and that's about a 20-minute walk. So I gotta put booties on her
Mm.
to keep her paws from burning on the cement.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, fair.
So hopefully she'll take to the booties. I hope so. Because the doggy stroller is expensive.
Yeah, I can imagine.
They're not cheap.
What's going on? What have I missed?
Doggy strollers are not cheap.
Okay. All
And
right.
about, I got booties for Gracie.
Uh-huh. I see.
For walkies.
All right. Are you guys with me?
Yep.
Are we in
Yep.
character?
Yep.
Okay. So, where do we leave you guys? Waking up
Mm-hmm.
the following
Waking
morning.
up.
Sound of bells. Rain gently outside. Shards of light streaming through high windows into your rooms. Motes of dust. You can hear the singing of a elven choir in the center of the temple.
Hmm.
Caleb, what are you doing?
Uh, Basically, yeah, he wakes up, stretches a bit, gets dressed, and then goes to find where the food is.
Okay, fair enough. All right, so you have to find the food, so you're wandering around looking for the food. When Lilianeth, what are you doing when you wake up?
I wake up, I do my morning bath and I do my morning prayers.
Very good.
Then I go when I'm done, I go look for Cal
Hylam.
Kylam?
Tylen.
All right.
Tylen.
All right. Very good. You find Kylam. He's just found the mess hall. And
Hmm. I think he
so
just
he's
followed his nose.
right. You follow your nose in there, and you would have heard, various priestesses shuffling around. Everyone in this part of the temple is being quiet, so that you can hear the echoing music and song of the choir from
Hmm.
deeper into the chapel. Um, and the mess hall is carved out of the interior of a big block of stone, like this. In fact, this whole temple, I'm going to say, is cut into a rock on the shoreline of the um, of the island. So it's rather than a built temple. You know what I'm getting at.
Hmm.
So it has rather impressive acoustics. Anyway, Lilianeth, you find Kylum
Hmm.
in the mess hall collecting food from bowls and plates and things.
My lady.
Did you morning? Did you sleep well?
I've rested well, thank you. And yourself?
Uh, I had a late night, but I did sleep well once I went to bed.
Hmm. Of course. So, what time do we plan to head out?
After breakfast.
Very well then.
All right, so you guys are eating at the table And as you're doing that, you can make a perception check.
Yes, apparently.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I think it's the highest anyone's rolled in this game so far.
Right.
Oh, wow.
22. All right. And what about you there, Liliana?
Obviously not.
The 10. Okay.
I
Well,
think
you've
we're
got
just
your
like
back to the
facing each
door.
other
Yeah.
across the table.
Yeah. So, Liliana, you kind of notice something about Caleb's face as he looks up, but you don't really know why. Caleb, you look up and you see Alwyn, the high priestess, approaching your table with a younger priestess. Well, less decorated should be probably the more clear thought there, because it's hard to tell how old she is. She's an elf. Um, in any case, she approaches your table and she says, Lilianath,
Yes, my lady.
I have someone to introduce you to. This is Lysandra, Arnuana. Lysandra bows deeply before you. She has come from the mainland, and she is to be your squire.
Okay. It's a pleasure having you.
My lady, she bows deeply and, curtsies. She will assist you with your arms and armor, your priestly and other duties, and so forth. She's yours to command. As you will. She walks off and leaves Lysandra here with you. She stands next to the table with her head bowed.
Cassandra, are you hungry?
Yes, my lady.
Well, go fix you something to eat.
Yes, thank you, my lady. She heads off and does that and comes back to the table, and she waits for you to acknowledge her before she sits down.
I motion for her to sit down and enjoy your meal.
Thank you, my lady. I appreciate your hospitality, my lady. She
You're welcome.
eats up. So she seems to be you can make an insight check if you like.
Can I as well?
Yes.
Oh,
Oh, finally we're getting some good rolls. You must be getting close to level 2. You see that she is curious. She's like she's waiting for you to tell her what you're gonna be doing today, or like she's anticipating something.
Lysandra, when you're done eating, can you please get the 3 horses ready for us to go outside the village to investigate a
Yes, my lady.
illness?
Of course, my lady, at once. She slurps back the last of her porridge and immediately stands up and gives you another curtsy, and she heads off. And then you see her talking to one of the other daughters about where are the stables. And so she goes off to find the stables and do what's been asked of her. All right, so you have another chance to say anything to each other or ask anybody any questions if you want. Otherwise, you guys are going to be on horses.
Do you need to make any other preparations, my lady?
Just her normal thing, our normal gear and everything.
Very well. So you gear up. And you find that Lysandra has managed to obtain the horses. You have the feeling she might have had some assistance from some of the other daughters of Twilight, who looked like they kind of gave her a bit of a nod, wink, wink, helping hand. But she managed to do it in a way that appears to be like she did it, and she has fulfilled her obligation to achieve the thing. And you have to give her props for ingenuity. at the very least. You know, she got it done. She wasn't scared to ask. And so you, three of you, ride out of Ariad and down out through the city and what have you, and up back along the path that you met Kylam the day before. But this time it's quite early, and you can see the fog along the shoreline, and you can hear the next bell ringing in the distance as you leave the town. You can see groups of people moving around. You see shepherds up on the hills with flocks of sheep. You see ships in the distance passing along the coastline. Flocks of birds that fly overhead. You make a perception check.
Nope.
No.
Nope.
Nope. It's a nope and a nope. Tell you what, Liliana, can you use your perception mod to roll a check for Lysandra?
And what is that?
So just roll your perception and we'll call it her perception is the same as yours.
Okay.
14.
Oh, she did better than both of us.
Yeah.
Do you see that, milady?
What?
Hawk.
Oh. Yeah, I do. I pointed to my companion.
I didn't know you had Seahawks here. Sonal, you can make a nature check.
10. Something strange about that. That doesn't really. Never seen one of those inland.
Well, in any case, you head up and along the path, and the path gets narrower, and you get higher, and it's very steep. You see a couple of peasants heading the other direction with a donkey with a bunch of rocks on its back in a big net. And you can make a perception check about that if you're interested.
16.
So tell me how you come to be stranded on the island.
Well, I was wondering when someone was going to ask me about that. Besides that bard, at least.
I'll just quickly give you the details on the rocks. They're just cut from a local Ostorian site.
Basically, it was clear skies and clear sailing, but worst storm I've ever seen came out of nowhere. Something hit me, I'm not entirely sure what, knocked me clear off the ship. And the next thing I know, found myself washed ashore, and I had this. And he holds up the previously described stone amulet of a dolphin.
Oh, how interesting.
I feel like Deep Chasselis was involved somehow, but honestly, I have no memory of what happened between hitting the water and washing up on shore, so I couldn't tell you.
Should I do a history check on the dolphin?
Religion would be more appropriate, I think.
Yep.
Religion?
Yep. Oh, why can I not find this?
Nope.
No?
Nope, gotta eat.
Uh-huh. Okay. Yeah, you have no clue. You can make a check for Lysandra if you like. What's the question in particular, though?
We're seeing if I knew what the dolphin meant.
Okay.
She has no clue either. She got a 6.
I see. All right. Oh, come on. What are you doing? Give me the...
Should keep an eye on the hawk.
Okay, you're going to keep an eye on the hawk, are you? Why is
Yeah.
this not going away? Fuck off. Clear. You fucker. Thank you. Sheesh. That was annoying. Okay, so we have Lily. We have... who else do we have? Not a Zor, not a Tanner, not a Wrecker, not a Ren, not a
Kylan.
Kylam, there you are. Okay. Okay, okay.
So how long were you on the island estimate?
I believe it was about a week. I was able to rig up something. I found a bit of canvas to catch some rainwater, and well, there were some nesting seabirds. I say were. There were rather fewer of them when I left than there were when I arrived.
So it was a desert island?
Not desert, just not very big and not very hospitable. There might have been other food sources, but I didn't really want to travel too far from the coast in an unfamiliar place.
That's understandable. So how'd you come to finding a ship to come back to the mainland?
Well, I was able to light a fire and get their attention when I saw a ship sailing past.
Sounds like you had a interesting time.
Well, lack of food and water aside, it was peaceful. Although I don't miss getting rained on with no shelter.
Oh, yeah. Rain would be kind of inconvenient with no shelter.
Well, it meant that I had water to drink at least.
That's true.
I did spend a bit of time walking around the island, but I didn't find any sources of fresh water, and I'm not stupid enough to try and drink seawater, so there is that.
Yeah. What type of wildlife did you find other than the birds?
Mm. Well, I saw marks I believe were from some turtles, but it wasn't a large island, so it was mostly birds.
Interesting.
I did find the skeleton of a goat, but I have no idea how it got to the island.
Okay.
Maybe it was.
Yep, keep going. Sorry.
Maybe it found its way to the island like you did, swept overboard.
No, possible, but normally goats wouldn't be up on the deck of a ship. So that's just stranger and stranger, but it is what it is. Um, in any event, do we have much further to travel?
So you do
Or
travel for quite a while, and the answer is yes, but you get there eventually, and you're up in the mountainous region now after traveling for a good 2 hours. And as you are going up through this mountainous region, the sort of you get to this kind of canyon-like space where the rocks close in on the sides of the pathway that you're traveling. And Lilianeth, you know that you're nearly there. In fact, the next sort of turn is about to reveal something a bit like this. So The fuck is that? Curious that it shows the walls, but whatever. Anyway, you've already been in there, so that's kind of where you know the guy lives. That's the hovel, and this is the main path that you're coming up now. So if you're looking at the VTT,
Mm-hmm.
that's where you're coming in. That's the corner that you take. And as you're coming up here, you can make a perception check. I managed to pull up a stat block for the priestess, so that's cool. Okay, so Callum at 13. Wow. All right. So she actually once again gets a good number. What's her name?
Lysandra?
Lysandra. She says yes. Lysandra says, it's awfully quiet, isn't it? Are you sure there's anybody here?
Yeah, there
Forgive me,
was.
lady. I shouldn't speak out of turn. Forgive me.
Well, that's all right. Yes, there were people here yesterday.
It does seem very quiet. And then you think you can hear, Callum, you think you can hear sobbing coming from down this passage to the side.
Uh, I dismount and hand off my reins to, is it Lysander, you said?
Yep,
Hold the horse, please.
of course,
And
my lord.
I'm
So
no
she,
lord. And basically, he's not stealthy, but he's just kind of like moving from cover to cover, approaching the door.
so you're sort of heading down this way.
Yeah.
So this is a curtain here,
Hmm.
like a f- skin, like a, let's say,
Yeah.
a deer skin or something like that.
He kind of just like, he stops, thinks for a moment, and just kind of like, I imagine there's something solid to like knock against. He's not just gonna
Um,
barge in,
this
like a bit of wood or something.
you have to reach inside the curtain. There's nothing
Hmm.
outside, really. You can.
Okay, in that
Well,
case, he's
maybe
just going.
there might be some stuff hanging up actually, like sort of like wind chimey things
Yes.
made out of.
I think he just calls out,
Hmm.
"Hello, is anyone in there?"
You hear.
No sobbing.
You don't hear any sobbing.
Well, that was strange.
What
Lily,
was strange?
I heard a strange guttural sound. Lily, I'm going to go in and see if there's anyone in here.
Okay.
So I just like don the shield. Don't have my warhammer out, but it's at my belt, and just like fling open the curtain.
Okay. You see this figure sitting in the corner with his hood on over his head. This old-looking figure who looks sort of, you can see the stains on his face and what have you. He looks pretty much like a corpse to you. Um, and over across his knee is the a, a female, a woman, laying across him. Um, and she's just still.
What are you doing to her?
He looks up and begins to rise from the floor. You see then there's like blood coming down off his face.
Lily, ready yourself something very strange is going on here, and Kylam
So,
steps into the room.
all right, let's all just roll initiative.
It was dismount and ready myself.
You do have advantage.
Oh,
Just roll
well,
again
that's
one
all
more
right.
time. Yeah, 18.
What is she rolling advantage for? Initiative.
She's a Twilight cleric.
So she's already
She
at the
gets-
top of initiative.
Yeah. Still, she didn't know that.
All right, so Lily, it's your turn.
I will walk into the
So,
little house and see what's going on.
all right, so you get 30 feet, seeing as you're walking. You're taking your time, or are you dashing?
I'm gonna hurry up, so I'll
You're gonna-
dash.
Okay, so you've gone 30 feet, 40 feet, 50 feet. You've got another 10 feet. You're next to Calum.
I'll stay next to him and have a look-see.
Okay, so you see the father that you spoke to yesterday. He's now standing up. He's standing, but he's kind of hunched, and there's something about him. Can you make an insight check?
Yeah. Get my sheet out. Insight. Please be good. 19.
19. He's changed. There's something predatory about him. You can smell something's off.
He was not like this yesterday. There was something off with him.
All right. He moves 5, 10, 15, 20 feet towards you. Then how far do I get? Okay. Can I get a perception check?
Jeez.
That's a 9 and a 22. Callum, you hear something, and you notice something like a shadow move through the fire, or over the fire. In any case, doesn't matter because it's still something else's turn. When... Can I get some wisdom saving throws, please, from both of you? As this little guy turns up, having just leaped over the fire.
16.
16.
19.
Oh, wow. Level 1, you still passed. Dirty fuckers. All right, but if you're looking at your game log,
Yeah.
that go. Why you no worky? Come on, work. Oh, this is some bullshit. Why is it not sending it to the game log? Ah, that's annoying. Come on, don't be a fucker. Do what you're told. Literally clicking send to game log. Why you no send to game log? There it is. 5 minutes later.
What in the nine hells is
hello
that?
there. I have
Right.
no idea.
So it goes there, and then, wait, is that its action? Yes, that's an action. Okay, very good. All right. You hear, what's her name? Lysandra from outside. She calls through the curtain. Is the curtain open? Did you? I suppose
Oh,
you
yeah,
probably
I just, like,
tore
threw it
right?
open.
Threw it open. Okay. So she's calling out, "Are you all right?"
Stay back.
She obliges. Calum, it's your turn.
Okay, so there's this ugly little thing here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to walk right up to it, uh, draw my warhammer, and try and bonk it on the head.
Roll to hit.
$18 to hit.
18, I believe that will hit. Yes.
That is 10 points of non-magical bludgeoning damage.
10 points of non-magical bludgeoning damage. Done. Okay, very good. Do you have any other actions, bonus actions? Free actions.
Just trying to call reaction, try to recall if he's ever heard of anything that was as ugly and weird looking as this little fucker.
You can make a history check. No.
No, it's just like he's just so revulsed. Like, what the fuck is this thing? He's just like, die, 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 die.
Right. All right. So Lily, it's your turn next.
I will go up to it and hit it with my longsword.
Hit it with your
Do you
longsword.
want to move to flank?
All right.
Yes, move to flank. Let's see, can I move myself? No, of course not.
Of course not.
Move to flank.
Move to flank. Move to flank. All right. So having moved to flank, you are now behind the thing, the little fucker. Excellent.
11.
11 to hit. 11 does not hit, I'm afraid.
Didn't think so.
Did you attack it with a dagger?
Oh, well, I meant the sword, but I hit the dagger. Oh, it's the same mod anyway.
Same mod to hit anyway, yeah.
All right, cool. All right, so that's a miss, I'm afraid. Do you have anything else?
No.
You could bonus action Shield of Faith, for example.
Shield of Faith. Okay.
Raises your armor class.
Yep. Adds two to your armor class, doesn't it?
Shield of Faith. Is that a spell?
That brings you up to 20.
It's a spell.
Yeah, it's a spell. So you're spending a spell slot. All right, very good, Lily. So we'll just call him Daddy for now. Daddy comes up behind you, Lilianeth, and he is going to grab you and try and rip you apart. For a 16, he hits.
And he does not hit with a 16.
Nope.
Does not hit with a 16. Okay.
He's got to beat a 20.
That's true. You're right. Okay, so he tries to slam you with his fists and does not get past your armor. Your Shield of Faith rebuffs him, as does your chainmail. All right, very good. Your little friend here in front of you, he is going to do a thing whereby he disappears and becomes invisible.
Where the heck did he go?
All right. Lysandra calls out, "Is everything all right? Are you well? Do you need help? Shall I fetch a potion?"
No. Just stay back.
Yes, milady. Callum, it's your turn.
Okay. Little fuckers disappeared, so I'm gonna move around to here and flank Mr. Daddy.
Okay.
Yep.
So
I'm gonna hit gonna hit him with my warhammer again, and then I'm gonna remember that this one I am gonna cast a spell, but it's not a cleric spell, so I get it from being a high elf. So I'm going to booming blade on my warhammer. Probably gonna not make any difference at this level, but anyway.
Gotta try.
If he moves, it does damage. So
All right, fair enough. Okay, so booming blade on him, and
that's an 11.
11 to this guy. That hits.
Oh, that hits?
Hmm.
I'm gonna make it non-lethal though.
Okay.
So that's 9 points of non-magical bludgeoning damage, non-lethal.
Okay, very good. You can make a perception check.
13?
He stinks.
Hmm.
Smells like rot.
Oh, this one needs a bath.
Lilianeth, it's your turn next. If Tanel is, Callum is
Oh, yep,
finished.
he's got bonus action spells, but he hasn't figured out that he can use them yet.
Okay. All right, Lilianeth.
I will hit him with my sword.
Hit him with the
This time,
sword?
hit the sword.
Hit the sword.
Hit the sword. 17.
17, and you're aiming for this
You
guy.
do actually have flanking on him, so you could roll again. You might get a crit.
You might get a crit. You might.
Forgot about that.
16. Okay,
16.
well, 17 is better than a 16. So, in any case, you hit him. Do me some damage.
I guess I'm using two hands. Do I have a
no,
shield?
you're using a shield, so you're using one hand.
One hand. 11.
11 damage. Okay. Okay. All right. So you hack his arm off, and it falls to the ground. And he doesn't really notice that you've hacked his arm off. Do you have any other actions? Bonus actions, movement, flavor, dialogue, free actions, do a little dance, sing a little song, play the Macarena, do the Macarena. Okay.
Play the bagpipes.
Play the bagpipes. Oh, God. Okay. All right, so that's your turn then. Okay, so now that he has got but one arm, he is going to do another slam attack.
Tis but a scratch.
Tis but a scratch. He's attacking Lilianeth this time. That's a 19 to hit. That almost hits you, but not quite. Not quite.
Almost.
Okay, never mind. Very well. And Lilianeth, you can make a perception check.
$12.
Yeah, he really stinks, and his eyes are unfocused. You see his flesh looks like it's rotting. It's worse than yesterday. All right.
He looks like he's rotting.
5, 10, 15, 20. Right, behind you, Calum.
Yep.
You feel something trying to attack you from behind. Ooh, that is a 20 to hit.
That'll hit.
And actually, given that he was hiding, I'm going to give him advantage. Well, it doesn't matter. That was as good as it gets. All right, so that hits. So you take 5 points of piercing damage, and you can make a con save, please.
It's a fail on the con save.
Ooh. Okay, you take 5 points of poison damage.
I'm down.
Oh no. Okay.
I
So
had 10 hit
Calum.
points. You just hit me for 10 hit points. I'm level 1.
Damn. All right. So the target can repeat the saving throw at the end of its. All right. Cool. Very good. You're down.
Oh,
Lysandra calls out, "Is everything all right?" Even more kind of.
no.
The creature has to be visible now, so you should put it on the map at least.
Oh, yeah, that's true. I didn't do that. I did not. You're right. Okay, unhide. Okay, cool. So she calls out, and it's Callum's turn. You can make a death save.
That's a fail.
Oh no. Okay, Liliana, it's your turn.
I cast spare the dying.
That is a touch spell, so you have to, and that is your action.
Just to be clear,
Aye.
just so that you know this, because I don't know if you know this or not. So tell me if you do know this, but I don't want to patronize or anything. But I just want to explain so it's really, really clear. As a healer, spare the dying will stop him from dying. Healing him will bring him back up immediately, like just like that. Just so you know.
Oh, healing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, if you want to
Healing
cast
word.
healing word, is your small heal. But
the good thing is
you
Cure
don't have to move
wounds.
to him. So cure wounds, you have to
the
walk
thing is,
around
if
from
you
him.
use healing word,
Mhm.
the dice is smaller, but at this level, the main thing is you still add your mod, and you still have your action, so you could still attack and you could healing word on the same turn.
It's
If
true.
you cure wounds,
Healing
that's
word.
it.
Yeah, if you cure wounds, you can't do anything else. That's true.
Healing word's a spell.
All
Yep,
right.
you can. It's a bonus action spell.
Okay, healing word then.
All right. Bonus action.
4 points.
Plus, does it include your mod?
That is whether her mod is
That's with
+2.
your
That's
mod. Okay, very good. So you have 4 hit
Okay.
points. That's nearly half your hit points back.
Yep.
All right. Cool.
I guess I should make a con save against the poison.
On your turn.
Well, I mean, I had my turn. I didn't make a save on my turn.
The poison's clear now.
Okay.
You've been dead.
Oh, well, I've been unconscious, but yeah, okay, fair.
Yeah, you've been unconscious. Okay, so that's your turn, Liliana. No, you still got an attack to go.
Yes.
All right, so you're attacking the zombie or the quasit?
The zombie, since he's right there on me.
All right. Roll to hit.
10.
10 to hit. That hits.
All right. He gets 7.
7 points of damage. He goes down, but it's not quite as easy as all that because he's a zombie. And he does a saving throw to see if you actually kill him. So, can't save. So how much did you do? How much damage did you do?
7.
7. That's pretty good, actually. So that's a DC 12. Can't save. Okay, you kill him. He stays dead. Alright, that's good news for you. Let me reduce his damage. Okay. Do you have any other actions, bonus actions, movement, favored? Oh, no. Okay, Dombey's down. Let's take him off the mango. All right, Quasit. Quasit's like, get back down! And he attacks Caleb again. Those claws. What's your AC, Caleb?
18.
Okay, he misses you. All right.
Okay.
He misses you so bad. Is everything all right in there? Okay, Callum, it's your turn.
So basically, roll to my feet, grabbing the warhammer in the process, and trying to hit that quasit again with booming blade.
Go.
So basically, hang on, basically come to my feet behind him in case, so it's easy for Lily to get flanking if she wants. 18 to hit.
Yep.
It's 9 points of non-magical bludgeoning damage. And he still doesn't know he can use magic, so
So he doesn't know that he doesn't know he's a cleric at this point.
No, he doesn't. He basically knows that he knows one spell that he knows about, and that's Booming Blade.
Right. Okay. All right. So that's Callum's turn, is it?
Yep.
Okay, Liliana.
Oh, did I move? I moved to get flanking and go after him with my sword.
All right. Very good.
Advantage this time. $22 to hit.
Whoa. Cool, blimey, DM. DM in that case meaning Danger Mouse.
And 5 points of damage.
5 points of damage. What kind of damage is this?
Slashing
damage.
non-magical.
Slashing.
So, just to be clear, can I get a perception check from both of you?
21.
Roll.
Roll.
It rolled.
Dice. It rolled. But it doth not cometh. Ah, here it is, 15. Okay. So you both will have noticed that your non-magical damage is not doing as much damage as you would have liked or hoped. It is hurting him, but he's being quite stubborn about dying. You feel that such a small creature should easily have been slain by now, but this thing is a bit tougher than you expected. Do you have any other actions there, Lilianeth?
Nope.
You've done your movement, you've done your action. You do have a bonus action.
But she's out of spell slots.
You're out of spell slots. All right, fair enough. Okay, so the Quasit. He is going to go. He looks at you, Lilianeth, and he goes, run away! And he is trying to dominate you to run, so you can make a saving throw. What kind of saving throw is this?
Wisdom?
Wisdom, I would think.
No.
This is a charm effect, right?
It is a charm effect, yes.
Which means you get advantage because you're an elf.
Advantage, right.
So it is wisdom?
Yep.
That was a good guess.
12.
12?
I think that succeeds. I have to double check this. Why does it not say here? I just have to look this up because D&D Beyond's being a bit weird. It's not telling me. Person was it DC? Can you sit down? What did you roll? 12.
A 12.
Right, that meets and beats. You just edge out of it. All right, fair enough. Can I get a perception check from everybody? $10 for Callum. You're quite involved in what you're doing, which is not dying. Liliana.
22.
Liliana, you notice something at the back of the room. Footprints appearing in the dust along the back of the room. Here, 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 here. They look like full-sized human footprints. And then you hear Lysandra, "Are you sure you don't want me to bring anything?"
No, we got everything.
All right, Callum.
Well, basically, I don't know. Like, I've got my back to the footprints, so basically, I'm just going to keep hitting this thing with booming blade.
Very good. Roll to hit. 15 hits.
6 non-magical damage.
Okay. Yeah! It hates you! Alright, Lilianeth.
It's like, I hate you more.
Well, what else can I see about these footprints?
They seem to have stopped in the corner, like right in the corner.
Just right in the corner.
Yeah, like
Okay.
sort of-
I'll just continue whopping on this creature that I have no idea what it is.
Alright, roll to hit.
Long sword. We're flanking, right? Yeah.
Yes, you are flanking, so you have advantage.
You're still flanking. 19 to hit.
Woof, okay, yes.
5.
Okay. Alright.
Ooh, creature just won't die.
Alright. I will get a new perception check from both of you. That's more like it. All right, so this time you hear something get knocked over back here in the back corner of the room. And you hear the sounds of somebody running down through the room around the bottom. Hang on, let me just try and draw this in for you. Draw, brush, down this way, like so. Footprints, 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 footprints. All right. Now, hold on. Who had their
The
turn last? That
footprints.
was Lilianeth did a attack with
Yes.
a long sword. Okay. All right. So our dear friend the Quasit is going to disengage. Jump. 5, 10.
Oh, he's moving?
Yes, booming
Yep.
blade.
1 point of thunder damage.
Well, guess what? He has 1 hit point left. So he explodes. So that's the end of him.
Just like, ugh.
I was planning to have him surprise Lysandra, but I guess he doesn't make it that far. All right, very good. So yes, you hear this guy running down the side of the room. Lysandra, she steps into the room. She wants to know what the fuck is going on. She can't hold it herself back anymore. And she's like, "What's going on?"
Danger. That's why I had you stand back.
She says, "I can swing a sword, my lady." Caleb, it's your turn.
Just block the entrance. Now this, I'm assuming that's a fire there.
Yes, it is.
Is it like is it lit or is it burned down to embers or what?
It's barely going. It's
Okay.
mostly embers, but there's a few. Yes.
Okay. In that case, I'm going to just basically jump over the jump over the fire and run to where I see the footprints end.
Okay.
And
Yep.
And basically, it's like the footprints are there, so I'm just gonna swing my warhammer at where the footprints are currently and hope like hell it connects.
Attack with disadvantage, please.
So 18 at disadvantage, and that is with Booming Blade, by the way.
Oh, okay. Nice. All right. 18 disadvantage. That hits. Damage, please.
That's 5 points of damage, but if it's concentration invisibility, that's at least a concentration check.
All right. Okay. Let me make a con save. What's the DC for that?
It'll be 10.
Okay, he makes it. Okay, sorry
But
about
it is
that.
Booming Blade, so he takes damage if he moves.
Right. I'm gonna make another check for him to see if he knows it's Booming Blade.
Hmm.
Did that roll? Doesn't look like it. Can you please roll? Come on. Oh, okay, cool. All right, so that was Callum's turn. Lilianeth.
I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to run up there and
All right, place
We
yourself
obviously
where you-
saw that my weapon connected with something,
yeah.
or heard it at least.
So
All
I'm
right,
going
so
to
you
do
move
the
to
same
there.
thing.
All right, so you're attacking the same basic space with
Yeah,
disadvantage.
got it. Oh,
Yeah,
a whole
no,
8. Nope,
no,
don't connect.
no.
I miss.
Unfortunately, do you have anything else you'd like to do on your turn?
Nope.
No. Okay, very good. Quasit's dead. I'll take him out. Okay, this guy is gonna. Right. Is that a good idea? It's not that great an idea. No, I think I'm just gonna try and disengage.
But we can't see him anyway, so we don't get opportunity attacks.
Right. Okay, so he's. I'll tell you what, I'll make a stealth check for him.
Okay, so he's moving?
Yeah, he is moving. Yep. So does he take
4
damage
points of
immediately?
thunder damage.
4 points of thunder damage. Okay.
And
minus
if it is concentration, that's another concentration check.
And there's a big banging noise, I assume.
It doesn't actually say Booming Blade makes noise, interestingly enough.
Despite the fact that it's booming.
It's not a very well worded spell, to be honest.
It's not, is it? Okay, very good.
I think it's more of just like a crackling sound.
Okay, he is still invisible. Funnily enough, he's managing to hold on to that. Let's look at 5, 10, 15. Right, you can make perception checks. And I'm going to make a stealth check. Yeah.
13.
13, yeah. Okay.
Reception. 10.
Okay, well, Calum, you see more tracks come around here. Sort of somewhere in this vicinity. All right. Now let me just have a quick look. What can you do? Lysandra casts light in the room to light up the. She casts it on the ceiling. Does she have to? She does have to touch it.
She has to touch. She could cast it on. I imagine if she's got a shield, she'd light up her shield.
Yeah. Yeah, right. She casts it on his shield then. And she just fills the room up with light in any case. Calum, it's your turn.
Okay. So he's seen where this creature has gone.
Mm-hmm.
Now, at this point, I think he's been dealing quite a bit of thunder damage, and I think it's like there's He's feeling something. He's not sure exactly what it is, but he's gonna try something.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like just like kind of like, well, it feels like something just out of reach, and he kind of reaches out for it, and he casts Thunder Wave.
Okay.
So that is a con save DC 12.
Right. And I assume he's casting it like in this direction
He's casting it where he saw the noise.
to the south.
Yes,
All right. Very good. So I'm making a DC what?
con save DC
Yep.
12.
DC 12 con save. That is a fail.
Okay, so he takes 13 points of thunder damage, and he's just pushed back into the wall.
Okay. Well, as it happens, that's enough to kill him technically.
Hmm.
And this is what you see hit the wall.
Ooh.
Who is that?
Before we get to that,
Red,
Lily, check on the woman.
red, red robes. All right, so Lily, you got to check on the lady, and
Yes.
she looks like she's dead.
She, I'm afraid, has passed.
She's up here. Head, arms.
Dead.
Eh, eh.
Dead. There, I checked on her.
She's got hair.
She has passed. Back over here.
All right.
So indeed, this is the work of our red wizard friends.
And
Yeah, I
this
think
guy here is now starting to steam and vaporize.
yeah, I think Caleb just like literally just bends down and just grips the dead wizard by the scruff of the neck and just kind of like holds him up.
His mask slides off. You see this youngish looking man. He's got some quite severe disfigurement to his face. Looks like somebody's painted his face with acid. His eyelids are all droopy and slipped.
Hmm. Well, that looks unpleasant.
Yeah, it does.
You see a couple of tattoos on his face that seem sort of half finished.
Hmm. Should we check on the rest of the village? I did seem oddly quiet when we came in here.
Let's go check. Go check on the villagers.
Hmm.
All
Caleb
right.
just like tucks the wizard over his shoulder as he's walking out the entrance. Just this'll do. Rips the curtain down and just like starts wrapping the wizard up because you don't really want to be transporting a dead wizard and through the city openly, but he's not going to leave the body behind here.
Fair enough.
Um, I figure we can bury the woman once we check the rest of the village.
Fair enough. Okay, so you're going to examine the village. You're going to basically give it a bit of an investigation.
Mm-hmm.
You find that it seems pretty much empty and abandoned. You find people's stuff kind of largely left the way it was when they. You find like it's like cold food on tables. It's not hot food, but there's embers still running in fireplaces and fire pits and things like that.
Hmm.
You can make an
Looks like
investigation check if you like.
19.
Oh.
That's almost as good as I can roll. That's like 2 points off my maximum.
Right, it's almost as good as it gets. Um, okay, and a 7. Well, Liliana, you're obviously a little bit distracted in that respect, and I guess I can roll a investigation for our priestess as well, seeing as she's here. She doesn't have proficiency in it, but
Yeah.
you know.
I mean, if I may, it
Yeah.
might almost be that Lily's just kind of like, oh, people live like this?
Are you quite like that, Lily, or
No, she's already been to the village once already.
right? Right.
Okay.
She's like, where'd the people, where'd the people, and missing the clues.
Right.
Right, but I'm saying like it's like she's not. I feel like it might be information overload. She doesn't know what to look for. Is more like what I'm saying because she's not familiar with people living in these conditions.
Fair enough. In any case, Caleb, you got a 19.
Mm,
Um, yeah, you get the impression that people have left very rapidly, taking very little of their possessions. No, not that they have a lot of possessions, but they've left behind food and grain, and the fires are still going. You find at least in one case there is a cauldron of um, hot water that's still lukewarm.
mm,
You would say that they must have left within the last 3 or 4 hours.
mm. Well, doesn't seem like we're getting anywhere else around here. But, Lady Lily, should we take this woman's remains back to the city, or should we? Or do you think it would be better, more appropriate to bury them here?
I think it's appropriate to bury both of them here.
Very well. And he starts looking around for a shovel. He figures there must be some sort of digging implement at a village like this.
Well, the first trouble that you're going to find is the fact that there's nowhere to bury them because everything is stone. The whole village is carved
Oh,
out of
good.
stone.
Okay. In that case, he is going to build them a cairn.
Okay,
Like just basically pile rocks on them, and the other villagers can take care of it. But at least it'll keep the predators off,
fair enough.
or
Okay,
scavengers, I should say.
all right. So whereabouts are you doing this? Like, excuse me, in one of the houses or inside, like one of the hovels, or the sort of what
I mean,
passes for a street?
he kind of looks around the area, like
It's
probably,
essentially yeah,
yeah.
it's essentially a stone. Imagine a stone tablet that's had grooves scraped out of it and little
Hmm.
cave holes where people live, like a little
Probably just
labyrinth.
like just outside the village a little bit. In that case,
Okay, sort of out where you can actually bury somebody or
yeah, like
build
basically, like he
something.
digs him a shallow grave and piles rocks up on top of them.
Okay, all right, very good. You can do that. Excellent. So maybe an hour later.
Hmm. My lady, could you say a few words for these poor souls?
And I'll do a prayer for them.
All right, you make a religion check.
Religion.
You do have guidance, don't you?
It's true. You could give yourself
You could guidance
guidance.
yourself.
I'm out of spell slots.
It's a
So
cantrip.
It's
yeah,
a cantrip. All
mhm.
Yep.
right.
You can use
Guidance.
guidance. Like you can just spam it, just about. Well, there's a point at which I'm like,
Okay. Religion. Religion. Where are you hiding? There you are, way down there.
all right,
12
12, good
plus a
enough. Yep,
T4.
plus a D4. Yes, 3, so 15. Excellent. Okay, good. You do a nice little ceremony. You're quite pleased with that. And are you taking bodies back to town? Are you? Some of the other ones. The other one.
Well, there's not much of the closet left to take back at, but
No.
we basically bundle the wizard up and like tie him up with ropes in the curtain so it's not obvious that it's a body and just sling him over the back of my horse.
Do you want to make a deception check?
Okay. Nat 20.
Wow. Okay. For a 19.
Basically he is not charismatic. Like basically I'm just imagining him as this gruff sailor type.
Right. Right. Okay. And I might get a sleight of hand check just on the side too. Oof. Okay. Lilianeth, you can make a perception check. Oof, okay. So
20.
Lilianeth, you're like, you might be able to talk your way around this, but I can see his feet hanging out the side.
I don't I mean I did get nat 20 on deception, but fair.
Yeah, I mean, the deception was sort of how well you're going to be able to talk your way around it, but yeah. Anyway, I think it's all good enough, generally speaking,
We can
to
basically
allow.
an
Can
extra
hand
pair
wave
of
it.
eyes. It's like, oh, tie those back up in there.
Yeah. Between you, you figure it out. All right. Cool. So you head back down to the city
Hmm.
and back to the temple. All right. Well, I feel this might be a good place to level you up
All right.
and probably wrap up as well as you get
Works for
back to the
me.
temple. Yeah.
And that's it.
Yep.
Do, 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 do. So hopefully that wasn't too horrible.
Oh, no.
It's just like a little bit of work finding our characters' voices, I think.
Yeah. Oh, he gave me 7 hit points.
Did that double your hit points just about?
Almost.
Almost.
Just about, yeah.
And Kalen discovered he's got more spells.
Well, he's basically like he's discovered one more spell.
Right. Does he get another spell? At
Uh,
level two.
no, he gets another. So basically,
Spell
this
slot.
it's he gets another
I
spell
got one.
slot. You get your subclass spells at odd levels because at odd levels you get higher level spells.
Right. I see.
So it's like, let me have a look.
I've got 3 spell slots now.
Yep,
Yay!
same. So yeah, so cleric. Let's have a look. So
3 spell slots.
tempest.
Wow.
So at next level, at level 3 he would get gust of wind
Mm-hmm.
and shatter as cleric spells.
Okay.
The interesting thing is he's also got channel divinity now, and the tempest one is a little bit interesting. So basically, when you deal lightning or thunder damage, you can just expend your channel divinity, and you don't roll. It's just the maximum damage.
Nice.
Which is one reason that I paired it with booming blade, like because it kind of when
Maximum
he doesn't get
damage with
he's not
that.
going to get extra attack, so at level 5 it kind of offsets not having extra attack. And then because it's thunder damage, like if he gets a crit, he can just expend use of channel divinity, and that's just an automatic 16 thunder damage, no save.
All right. So how do we feel about Amphrodius so far?
Yeah, yeah. Um, it doesn't feel particularly unique yet, but the thing is, we haven't really got into it enough yet to really get that sense.
Right. Fair enough.
I think a big part of it is just like getting our characters introduced and to each other and working together and just like, you know, why are we here? And
Yeah.
the other
Get,
aspects can come along later.
Yeah,
get
well,
over
you're
the
just sort of
awkwardness.
just
I mean,
meeting
the other
each other
thing that
and
occurs to me is like we were talking about doing low level characters in Dag to Guile, but for a Burning Path, rather than that, we could just like have Barry
trans
roll up a low level character, and
do it
this
here.
is just our
Side story.
this
Yeah.
is just our side story if we don't have a full group, or
Yeah.
if you want to tell some story.
Yeah, that sounds good to me. Yeah. That's kind of what I sort of assumed, to be honest with you, but
Hmm.
that makes sense that, yeah, I hadn't really thought about the fact that we had decided it would be Dag de Guile, but yeah. And you did mention having a character Dag de Guile in
I've got
the
an idea for a character,
yeah.
but The
Oh,
thing
there's
is,
still
like
time.
that character. I mean, there's still time, but I've already got like
You have
maybe
to
when we
make it
wrap
into
up in
Hotmail account.
Shaleku and Lotharian is off with his army, it might be good to have a third character. But like the problem is with Burning Paths right now. Given we're at level 17,
Mm.
having a level 17 character, but just be like, oh yeah, I've been in the city the whole time. Nobody knows about me is kind of a bit weird. Like I
Yeah.
feel like at this level they have to come from somewhere else.
Yes. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No. Quite so. All right. Cool bananas. Well, if you guys are good with that, we have
Mm,
another storyline to explore as we
mm,
continue. Yippee-ki-yay.
mm,
All right, guys. I will say good night
mm-hmm.
and
Right.
thank you for playing.
Thank
Well,
And
thank you
you.
for having us.
yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Let's stop recording.